Hello, everybody. Monica here, Rooted in Joy. I was just gonna I was just gonna go live on YouTube today. I had convinced myself that's what I wanted to do. When I try to do that, it says I need at least 50 subscribers. I'm sitting pretty at 25 at the moment. So I'm just hitting my record button and just pretending that I'm live because I don't really edit my videos anyway, so at the moment, because I'm really just aiming at getting to be 1% better each time I decide to do a video. There's always like new things to learn on creating your own channel. I find it pretty fascinating, actually. You can start simple like I am. I'm recording this on my cell phone. I do have a ring light that is adding more light. But yeah, you can start simple, but as time goes on, as I'm hoping this channel grows, I'm just gonna aim at, okay, what's a tweak here, what's a tweak there, right? I noticed that I I figure, I do have a lot of information, but like on conveying it out on video, sometimes it's a struggle. Like I was telling people yesterday when I was meeting with them, I could talk somebody's ear off now, or if you put a camera in front of my face, maybe not so much at the moment. And I don't consider that necessarily a bad thing. I think we're just growing. And if you ever decided to do your own YouTube channel, there is a learning curve. It takes a while to know your audience, know your voice, like what you actually want the channel to be about. I'm still, mulling that over. I know what I really want the focus to be is how to grow in joy. And so, I call them like joy blockers, so I figure that's kind of fun for this channel. So today, I was thinking what could be a good topic is if you find yourself wanting to do something, that maybe you're just not doing it, for a long time, that for me, that was the gym. I used to work out like all the time. Like there was a time period there where I was doing boot camp and I was doing martial arts at the same time, and I was having a blast. I was having a really good time. Then I moved, and there wasn't I felt like a comparable martial arts studio where I moved to. So I just kind of got out of I didn't do boot camp anymore. And, I just slowly, I think, kind of really didn't work out. Again, okay, so then that place I moved to, which was, well, it was Lafayette. But anyway, I did find a group of ladies that, I liked doing. They call it refit. It's like Christian, kind of like Zumba. Not exactly Zumba, but you're dancing to songs, basically, and they're Christian songs. It was a lot of fun, and they were really awesome and supportive. But then, again, I moved, and so when I moved again, I might take walks with friends, or me and my one friend, we tried just hanging out at Planet Fitness and doing it, and that was kind of that was decent at the time, but I think we both decided, hey, we're not really getting the workout we need, so maybe this isn't as effective as we would want. And so I wasn't really finding my groove. I was trying to work out with videos or things like that. And so for me personally, I find that I tend to do better if I find a workout class to join. And so I wasn't really feeling like there was a lot of workout classes close to where I live, because I mean, they'd have to be close to where I live, I think, for me to actually do it. And, you know, and the kind of workout I kind of like to do, I kind of like to, you know, I like HIIT trainings a lot, where you kind of work out intensely for like a minute and then you take a break, and then things like that. And so I didn't know what existed. I knew like Planet Fitness necessarily, nothing wrong with that gym at all. It's just I need to go to like a live class, and they don't really have that format there. And so what I did was I had joined the Y, and it kind of worked out, because when we hang out with the kids during the week, we can take them to the Y, more so where they live more full time. And so, anyway, so we had gotten this membership, and I was trying to get myself to go to workout classes. And so I'm going to kind of, with my journey, also reference the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, because I think that's a really good example. So, and something called motivational interviewing, which is where you're, you know, you might be like my profession, I do therapy with people or things like that. And so somebody might think that something is a good thing to do, but they're just not doing it yet. You know, like they might go, well, eating healthy is a good thing, but I kind of like donuts, and so that's what I'm gonna do. And so they're like at a stage where you're at pre-contemplative. You know, you think something's a good idea, but you're not taking action. And so that's where I was at with the gym. You know, I was like, you know, I used to work out at the gym. I want to be a workout person again. But you find yourself just not doing it. You know, maybe sleep sounds better. You know, there's always something to do at home. There's always something to do with work, right? You know, I mean, I have no problem keeping myself busy, and I'm pretty sure you guys probably don't have that problem either. I'm thinking, no. So, with the Atomic Habits book, okay, so he actually gives a gym example in the book. They're talking about, you know, okay, same thing. Want to go to the gym? Not. So, you kind of create like, okay, what's a step that's almost ridiculous if I don't do it? You know, so let's say, for instance, like, you know, okay, day one, I'm not going anyway, but, you know, if I make the goal, okay, today, I'm just going to put on my gym shoes. That's it. And, you know, if I do more than that, that's awesome. I want to do more. But, you know, if I just put on my gym shoes, goal met. Yep. And then maybe the next day, you know, you put on your gym shoes and your workout outfit. You know, that's it. You know, if you go out the door and you actually go to the gym, you've actually overachieved. I mean, you've actually, yeah, for sure. And, you know, like maybe the day after that, you drive to the parking lot. You know, you don't have to get out. You don't have to go to the gym if you don't really want to. You went to the parking lot, and that's all you promised yourself. That's my goal today. If you go inside, awesome. You know, you're doing it, babe. You know, so it's kind of like, what's my identity? So your identity is, okay, I'm going to be a person that goes to the gym. And so as long as you're moving forward with your micro goals, you know, next day, maybe you actually walk in the gym. Like if you actually get on the treadmill and walk, awesome. Again, you know, you're just doing step by step, you know. And so it's kind of based, I really honestly had to do that with myself. Because, you know, I was just finding myself going, yeah, you know, when I actually work out, I actually do feel better. I actually like it. When I'm at my best, I mean, I love going to the gym, actually. But I just wasn't loving it during that time period. And so, you know, okay, I live really close to the Y at my town, right? And so it's almost ridiculous how close I live. I mean, it's probably literally like 3 minutes max, I'm guessing. You know, I mean, it's really, really, really not that far. So, and they have workout classes, you know, and so at first, you know, I was looking, I'm going, well, you know, I can commit to waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, I actually do wake up early naturally, but to be honest about it, like, that's my favorite time of the day. It is, because, I mean, honestly, I am hanging out in the morning. I love coffee. I mean, it, you know, I just do, you know, and I do. I get up, the cats kind of wake me up because they want fed in the morning. I get my coffee, and that's kind of my time, you know, and I could be, you know, doing my devotion time, but, you know, I'm kind of, you know, doing the things I like to do, and I'm just kind of chilling, and I really like that time. And so even though I'm up, I was not going to the gym because I honestly really like my mornings, and that's really the truth. And so I was like, well, dang it, how am I? Because I would start my day at 9 working, and there was this personal training class that it was like small group, and you did have to pay a little bit extra for it, but I was like, you know, I think that would be good for me, but it starts at 9 and I don't want to adjust my schedule to go, right? But then I did have a friend that was going, and she invited me, and so I actually went. And so that's what started it. I first started going. My friend decided she was not going to continue with it, but that was okay. I kind of broke the ice, and at first I was just going when I could, and so I was kind of maybe once or twice a week. It's offered like 3 times a week or whichever. And I didn't know in the beginning they did weight training with it afterwards, because it's kind of like a HIIT class, that type of workout where I told you, where you work out for like a minute, then you like take a 30-second break, and then, you know, you're at it again. And so anyway, I found that I wasn't going regularly like I needed to, but I wasn't. And so then I did make a commitment, and I decided to change my schedule. So I actually, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you know, I used to, sorry, Cheddar, my cat. I'm still not going to edit this video, but anyway, he's here. He wants to say hi. Anyway, so then, you know, my trainer was just like, hey, you're paying for it anyway, why don't you stay for weight training? And actually, weights is kind of like what I really wanted to be doing anyway. And so, yeah, so I committed, and I blocked it off my schedule. Like I told my trainer, I go, that was a big step for me. I actually blocked it off my schedule, because for me, if I'm not sitting in front of clients, I'm not making money. So that was a big step. And so, but now that I've done it and it's blocked out of my schedule, you know, you just show up, you know. And so, and that's what, you know, I want to encourage you to do. If you're finding that you're not, say if it is the gym that you're not doing, you know, just get yourself there somehow. And if you have to start small, like I did, maybe you might want to read or listen to Atomic Habits by James Clear. That could help you. You know, you're just kind of like, okay, what's the identity I'm wanting to form? And so that was the example. I want to be a person that goes to the gym. So now I am that person. I am going to the gym, and I'm going regularly. I'm actually now starting to go to the gym by myself when I'm not having that workout class, say for instance, you know, because again, like I told you, once I get started, I actually like it. So kind of like this with these YouTube videos, like, have you ever thought about doing YouTube? Like I told people yesterday, you know, I was like, hey, you know, I feel led to start this YouTube channel. I might talk like 2 minutes, you know, and that's what I kind of at the moment feel comfortable with. And so I was kind of like, well, today I'm going to challenge myself. You know, I'm going to be like, okay, what's a topic I can talk about for a decent amount of time? I mean, we're at the 15-minute mark right now, and I don't think it's been a waste of time. And so, yeah, so if it's starting a YouTube channel, eating right, going to church, say if you want to be a person that does that, what steps that you can do to move towards that goal. So, anyway, so that's the gist, and yeah, so I'm glad that I decided to hit record this with you, and maybe I would like to hear down in the comments maybe what's something that you want to do but you're finding yourself not doing, and then maybe you could make a commitment to making small goals towards. So anyway, if you like this content, please subscribe, because I do want to do live videos, and if I double my subscribers, I can do that. So that would be fabulous. So hit subscribe, and then maybe I'll hit my goal, and then then I don't have to make the extra step of, I don't know, uploading this to YouTube like I'm gonna do with this video. People could watch me live if that's really what they want to do. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon.